Hello and welcome back to Old Truthford, the home of honestly biased sports content. And yeah, what have we just witnessed? We've just witnessed a scrappy first half against Copenhagen. However, we always knew it was going to be quite a close game with them, given our history in the competition against Copenhagen. But we got the win, and that's what matters. Where to start? Harry Maguire scoring the goal. I don't think anyone predicted that. And then ONANA, who's been under criticism all season long, pretty much, all by his own making as well, goes on to save a penalty. Now, this is the thing: will the De Gea supporters and the De Gea diehards come out and openly admit De Gea is not saving that penalty? ONANA saved that penalty. I hope it's a turning point for him. It's bloody hell. It's just amazing. I can't believe what we've just witnessed. I don't know who would have put money on Maguire to score a goal and ONANA to save a penalty, but yeah. That's Manchester United, and you can't write us off. You can never write us off. If you're up for it, guys, drop a like on the video. I'm just going to go through the player ratings real quick, and then I'll go through the Discord player ratings. So first things first, ONANA. I mean, if we're being honest, ONANA's man of the match. ONANA, I'm going 8.3. I think he made decent saves throughout the actually screw it, 8.5. I think ONANA made decent saves throughout the match, and realistically we've got 3 points because of him. So bloody hell. I see you guys, I see you Viv, I see you Suhan. Come on. I see you Diego, how you doing? 3 points, Truthfordians, beautiful scenes. Viv, sorry mate, I wasn't home mate, and it's 1-0. United. No worries, man. Beautiful scenes to behold. Okay, so 8.5 for ONANA. For me personally, I don't think it's a surprise that as soon as Varane comes back into the side, we keep a clean sheet. Obviously, the main reason we kept the clean sheet was ONANA's heroic save, but I think Varane made us look a lot more secure at the back than we did against Sheffield United. And overall, he had a very decent game. So I'm going to give Varane a 7. I'll give him a 7.4. We needed to keep a clean sheet. Didn't put a foot wrong. Shout out to Varane. Let's talk about Maguire. Maguire scored the goal. Earned us for 3 points, essentially. And defended well throughout the game. I'm giving him an 8.2. I think he had an extremely good game. Delo as well. He surprised me attacking-wise. Very good. I'm still a bit suspect when it comes to his defensive work, but attacking-wise, Delo, very good. I'm giving him a 7.3. I think he had a slightly worse game than Varane, but still a very good game going forward, with a lot of his crosses meeting the people that they were supposed to meet. And yeah, shout out to the boy. Sergio, I don't think Sergio had that good of a game, if I'm being honest. I think it was wise for Ten Hag to sub him off for Lindelof. He's obviously coming back from an injury that could have played a part in it. So I'm going to give Sergio a solid. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't amazing. I'm giving him a 6.7. Amrabat, I don't think Amrabat played well at all. I can't think of any particular highlights he had. I think he was below average, well below average. I'm going to give Amrabat a 6.3, with 6.5 being Old Truthford averages. 6.3 is 0.2 below the average of what I would have expected from Amrabat. Quite poor from him today. McTominay, absolute pleb, gave away a penalty. Also, I don't think he had a very good game. Provided energy, but great. And anyone can do that. You're professional footballers. You spend your life on a treadmill and a football pitch. McTominay, very disappointed. I'm going to give him a 5.8 because he has absolutely lucked out. I would have probably given him lower had we conceded the penalty, but Onana completely scooped his points and just added them onto his own. So shout out to Onana for doing that. For Fernandes is a difficult one because I think he had a very good second half. He was creating a lot of chances. First half was quite poor, but second half redeemed him. I'll give him a 6.9 for today's performance. I think it was definitely the best out of the three starting midfielders. Rashford. Now, Rashford's an interesting one as well because he wasn't that good in the first half, as nobody was. But he was looking for his teammate Højlund, and I think he was fairly decent. I think Rashford was fairly decent in his team play. He just had a few heavy touches, but yeah, I'm gonna give Rashford. I don't think he had a better game than Fernandes. I will give Rashford a 6.7 as well, just slightly above average because he was lively. He did find his teammates a few times, so he wasn't selfish, but he just couldn't create anything for himself. Højlund, I don't think it was his best game. I'm going to give him an average 6.5. Hold-up play was good, but when it came to him with his own chances, they were a bit... Yeah, he wasn't very involved himself either, even though Rashford did create a few chances for him. Anthony... I can't think of any particular highlights from Anthony, to be honest. I think it was quite a forgettable performance. I will give Anthony a 6.7 or so. Mackenzie, doubling your views, watching on the PS and phone. What a legend. See, guys, you need to take a note from Anthony's book. I'm just a humble wannabe YouTuber here, guys. All I need is for you to open up every single tablet you've got and start playing Old Truthford. That's what we need. But yeah, that's my personal, or those are my personal player ratings. What we'll do next is go through the Discord ratings on average. So first off, the Discord had voted before the penalty save, I imagine, for Maguire to be man of the match. So either way, if you give it to Maguire or you give it to Onana, without both of them, we don't win that match. So fair play to him. Let's see what you guys are saying. Suhan, like I said, McTominay ain't good enough to start. I think Ten Hag's almost using it as a tactic in a way with McTominay now, because if we have McTominay start the match and then we just don't concede, but it entirely depends on us not conceding. If we have McTominay start the match and we don't concede, then that means we can bring on Eriksen, who has fresh legs at the time in the second half, who realistically has slowed down a bit. So when he comes on against opposition who have tired legs, then he's even more effective. So do we start Eriksen? Do we keep playing him in the second half so when he's twice as effective? I don't know. I quite like how it's working at the moment, though. It just all depends on Scott McTominay not giving away penalties, as he's given away 2 in 2 consecutive matches now, which is not ideal. As for... Let's see here. What we'll do now is we'll just go through your player ratings on the Discord. So, on average, Onana, let's see again, Diego, Onana post-match with Schmeichel right now, class. Oh, beautiful. Nick, everybody like the stream, let's give some love back. Oh, my guy, Nick, my guy. Appreciate you, man. Then let's look at ONANA's rating. Okay. So, ONANA picked himself up an average score of. I'm gonna be wary with these player ratings with the Discord because they do come out 30 minutes before the end of a match, meaning that some people may have voted before the penalty save. So I will bear that in mind. But ONANA picks himself up a respectable 7.6 on the Discord player ratings. Like I said, these ratings could have been before the penalty save, so don't take them too literally. The Old Truthfordians do know ball. Varane on average. Varane, like I said, had a very good performance. I can see him being rated very highly. He is a fan favourite with the Old Truthfordians. And Varane has picked himself up a score of 6.7. One thing you'll notice as well is I think when working out the difference between Old Truthfordian ratings and my own personal admin ratings, everyone tends to go about 0.5 below mine. But I'm surprised that Varane's is so low because I think he had a very decent game. As for Maguire, now I'm expecting this to be high, skyrocketing high. And for Old Truthfordians to give Maguire 7.8, that's saying something. So Maguire would be, on average, the Old Truthfordians man of the match. Let's see Delo's average rating. I think Delo had a fairly decent game. I'd be surprised if it's too low. Okay, so Delo picks up a 6.5, which I think's a bit harsh for him. In all honesty, I think we could have given him a bit more than that. Okay, now for Sergio's, he has also picked himself up a 6.5 on average. Sergio, not the best of games in all honesty. I think he could have done a lot better. Bit meh in my opinion, and I think bringing Lindelof for him, given the fact that he's coming back from injury, which could have played a part in it, I think was the right decision from Ten Hag. Nick, McTominay was the most dangerous in the first half, but must stay away from our box. He must never enter our box. It should literally just be a rule in his contract. Like, he cannot enter our box. I don't understand how he can continuously give away penalties and get away with it. Based off of that performance, I think McTominay needs to be dropped next performance. If we're basing it all off of Ten Hag doing a bit of a riz with Laura Woods there. Mackenzie, can you open Discord chat? So sad Jahan couldn't be here for the match. I know. You guys have a thing going on, but yeah, sad times. I will open the Discord chat now for you, Mackenzie. Bear with me, everyone. Okay. Open now. But yeah, let's do the average score for Amrabat just real quick. So Amrabat is going to, on average, get a score from the Old Truthfordians I can't see this being very high considering he was subbed off and didn't have the best performance. 5.8 for Amrabat, so not ideal. McTominay, now this will be interesting. Oh, looks as though people have rated McTominay quite high. Surely before the penalty incident and everyone began to lose their minds. McTominay got a 7. Okay. That's interesting. McTominay picked up a 7 on average when and Fernandez, when Varane got a 6.7, McTominay got a 7. That is interesting. Now for Fernandez, he picked himself up score of 6.3, so not the best of performances from Fernandez based on the Discord as well. Rashford, on average from the Discord, has picked himself. He got a 1 out of 10 from someone. Okay, wow, people are really hating on Rashford. Okay, Rashford's won Scopegate of the year. Rashford's on a 5.1, apparently. Despite creating a few chances, he has been voted quite low. As for Højlund, and Højlund picks up a 6.8 somehow. He was creating a few chances, to be fair to him. Højlund did have good link-up play, but for Rashford to get 5.1, I think that's mental, in all honesty. Okay, on average, Anthony has picked himself up a score of 5.8. Okay, so based on the player ratings on average from the Old Truthfordians, we can see here that Anthony has picked himself up a 5.8, Rashford 5.1, Højlund 6.8, McTominay 7, questionable, Fernandez 6.3, Amrabat 5.8, Sergio 6.5, Delo 6.5, Maguire 7.8, Varane 6.7, and Onana 7.6. So all in all, quite a mixed bag. I don't know what to think of that. But yeah, no, a bit of an interesting one, that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I will just quickly compare the two. Let's make sure you can see these. Okay, so basically, all in all, I think I think United. I think it's been a decent game. I predicted a 2-1 win. It's ended up as a 1-0 win. Always seem to get the goal difference right, just not the actual score. But we kept a clean sheet. Onana, I heard Rio Ferdinand and Paul Scholes talking about it. He could use this to kick on the rest of his season. I hope he does. And overall, glory, Man United. I'll just quickly read your comments and then call it a night. But what a game. Manoa, absolutely limbs, can't believe it, almost got knocked out. McTominay was very bad, not going to lie. The thing is, he could be a super sub of some sort, but he's very poor as a midfielder. He could be a super sub, just literally tell him, do not enter the white lines of our box. Just literally, like, just please tell him that, and then our chances of conceding a goal reduce immensely. Nick, to be honest, maybe Erik ten Hag should experiment with putting McTominay as a forward instead of midfield. I think McTominay's kind of debunked that himself. He said when he was a youngster, he didn't really play as a forward, but that's not saying that Ten Hag can't put him there. It would be interesting. I just don't see him ever playing two strikers, though. I don't think it's in Ten Hag's formations to play two strikers. So I'm doubtful that he will go for that. Manoa, in my opinion, Eriksen is the best midfielder at the club. The fact he doesn't start over either at 8 or 10 is mental. Only negative against Eriksen is I think when he started games this season, he's been fairly anonymous, and whether that's his legs slowing down or what, I don't know. But yeah, I think that's the benefit of having someone like McTominay who can just like plug that hole for a half, and then if you bring on an Eriksen, he can completely change the game with fresh legs. So I don't know, it's hard because we've been very close to losing these games, but at the same time we keep winning. That's 3 wins in a row. So do we change it up? Do we keep going with it? Do we literally just like do we give Varane an order to slap McTominay on the back of the head if he ever goes in the box or tries to go in his own box? I don't know. But all I can say is that's 3 points in the bag, and yeah, I think I think that keeps our Champions League dream alive, and I think we're very much going to be informed to get out of this group now. Oh, look at Maguire slapping the hands of Man United fans who reach out to him to get a touch of the GOAT. I love it when underdogs score, man. I love it. Okay, cool. I'll call it a night there, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, just before I go, Manoa, we kind of need Casemiro back for City. Amrabat and Casemiro is the duo we need. I definitely want to see that at some stage with Bruno further forward. I think that would be a very hard midfield to bypass. But I think Ten Hag wants to play this like attacking fluid football. But if he's set up like that, I wouldn't blame him. I just don't know. Has Ten Hag shown us that he's willing to like play so defensively? I don't think he has. I think he's more trying to imprint his style of football, even if it does mean lackluster performances for a certain amount of time while the players get used to it and the first team has come back. But yeah, we'll see. See you in the next stream, Nick. Thanks for tuning in, man. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. The Champions League dream is alive. Godspeed.